You ready for this, Angie?
I'm ready.
DJ Angie in the house.
Let's go.
So if you guys didn't know, Angie recently bought a somewhat of like a DJ sounding board because of her career is growing.
Yeah.
We'll keep it at that.
We'll leave it at that. It may or may not involve DJing.
Welcome back to Your Worth, Your Beauty, the podcast for 1035 Clothing, where we hear from women all around the world who are clothed in confidence, dignity, and worth.
We're your hosts, Victoria and Angie, and we're so glad you're here. You know what they're also doing?
What?
They're saying 6'7"
What?
a lot. Have you heard this?
6'7"?
Yeah.
No. What does that mean?
Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows. Someone started saying it and then it took off. And we're saying it all the time.
6'7".
Yeah.
Just use it in a sentence.
It doesn't really have to even make sense in a sentence, but what time are we going to dinner?
6'7"?
6'7". And then there's a, it's almost like, I think the original guys were rating something.
Oh,
and so
they're like 6'7".
Yeah. And most parents are researching it to find that there's nothing there. It's not anything bad. It's just kind of silly, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, while we're talking about trends, let's get into the show, Angie Tangie.
Let's do it. Victoria.
Welcome to the show, Angie.
Thank
you are the founder of everything here. How does that feel?
It feels good. You're one of my favorite people, so having started this thing led me to you.
Oh,
it's good though. You know what? It's been such a fun journey though, from start to finish, to take something, an idea that is God, ordained, to make it into something pretty cool has been really special.
Yes.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
And so for those of you who don't know our founder, Angie Brantley, she truly is the founder of this store and the store across the street. And we're going to dive a little bit into her story today of how she got this idea that was an idea and now it's real life. And now it even has another store in Canada, and how it's grown, and the women that this store has served. So Angie, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. I am a Nashville native, born and raised. Went to school at MTSU outside of Nashville. Have two boys, 13 and 11, that are obsessed with 6'7", as everybody says at this age. Husband Cole, and founded in 2019. So
wonderful.
Good stuff.
So tell me how she got started.
Yeah, a little backstory. So I worked for a juvenile court judge out of college, and I could finally put words to the thoughts that I was having around the same age. These girls are in middle school and high school, a lot of the ones that we were seeing. And I could tell that I had put my worth and identity in other people's hands to let them decide, if I was good or not, right? And so I saw similar things with these girls where they were just hanging out with the wrong people, right? Making decisions and knowing that eventually at some point you will, if you find your people that are really going to encourage you and remind you of your worth and, of course, your identity in Christ, then life looks different, So I remember thinking a random moment as a probably late teen, and on the other side of what was a really difficult journey for me, thinking I would love to be able to encourage girls the same age, just to be able to say, hey, again, find people that are going to uplift you and not, tear you down. So I wanted a place that girls could come to. We needed something enticing, and shoes was it.
Shoes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the beginning, we partnered with a local tennis shoe store, Fleet Feet.
Okay.
And they had a mobile they called Bessie.
Okay.
So they would bring their mobile out with us, and we would take it to one of our first groups was Youth Villages. So the hope was that they were going to have a place where they could get, the essential clothing that they needed, but also be reminded of their worth. Those smaller groups, we could pray with them. We could, talk to them, just kind of encourage them when we were there. So that quickly grew to the first brick and mortar, so that we opened in 2020.
Okay.
So we've doubled our reach every year since then.
Wow.
That first year we saw about 40 girls, and now we're seeing anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 a year. So
wow. Yeah. So and how did you choose the location? Because we're in Donaldson right now with the main headquarters, and then we're sitting here in our sister store across the street.
Yeah.
So how did these specific locations come about?
Yeah, good question. Actually, my family and I had 2 young boys at the time, and taking them out to dinner was difficult. So we would go to Nectar, because Nectar, if you're familiar, they have a green space in the back, so you can eat and the kids can play.
Oh, yeah.
And so we went there a lot.
Okay.
And there was a for rent sign at what is now the first store in Donaldson. But being a Nashville native, I had looked at all things East Nashville. I was thinking 12 South. As you can imagine, the rent is crazy expensive. Yeah. So I just kept coming back to this place. And I prayed about it quite a bit. And it was kind of bonkers because it was in the middle of the pandemic. People were still wearing masks.
Wow.
Yeah. And again, just knowing that God was in it, I was like, okay, well, we're going to figure this out. Right? Every step of the way. So then the first store was birthed 2020.
2020. That's wild. I didn't realize it. That makes sense, though, on a math timeline. I didn't realize it started in the pandemic. That's quite a feat. I mean, were there many obstacles because of the pandemic, or was it actually like somehow it worked out pretty well?
Somehow it worked out pretty well. I mean, we were wearing masks. And I wondered if that would be hard for people, because people weren't getting out as much. If they were wearing masks. Yeah. And there was one customer that was upset with, I think that the staff member had taken off her mask.
Oh, okay.
But outside of that, that was the only pushback. Yeah. People were respectful. We wore our mask, and they did too. So I think that itself wasn't a big issue. Yeah. You're just like, oh, it's just another thing in startup. I think people were ready to get out of the house too at this point. So they were slowly kind of getting out and doing things. So thankfully they were coming to us. That's amazing.
So you said each year you've doubled. Tell me about, in your own eyes, you've seen everything from, you see all of it. So what have been some of the things where you're like, oh, I didn't realize this is how it would evolve or change or grow? Because, sometimes we start with ideas and we're like, this is how it will look. And then you start moving on the idea and it grows and you're like, okay, this is different than what I had in mind, but amazing too. Was there anything like that?
That's a good question. I think the growth of what we're doing at 1035, it seems scary enough, again, to open a thrift store in the middle of the pandemic, but also, could we have enough donations that were going to sustain? Were there people that wanted to be a part and volunteer? Were there going to be staff members? And it was with every season, okay, now it's time to grow, and we can have 2 staff members, and now we can grow, I think now to a group of 9 staff members and 6 board members, and to consider too, okay, now we're going to have another location and a third, and now offer affiliates. I think those things, it seemed like God was going to do something here,
Mm-hmm.
but little by little, it made sense to say, okay, if we can do this here, we can do it over there too. So,
Yeah.
it's been pretty cool.
That is so cool. So with all glory comes a tremendous amount of trial. So tell me about some of the challenges you faced.
Yeah, I think consistently staying calm when, there are constantly things that could cause, issues, but owning a store
Mm-hmm.
was difficult. But I feel like for the most part, they've been pretty minor adjustments. But
Yeah.
yeah. Are there any issues that you see from the other side of things?
No, I mean, well, I'm not a manager or anything, so I don't see all the nitty gritty. But I think it's just interesting because anyone in startup, like there's always
Yeah.
hurdles to climb. But it is cool because I feel like I don't know if this is necessarily true across the board, but often when you see growth like this, you can mark it as like God is blessing this. Like God is like we're doing something because I think a lot of times as believers we're like I want to do this thing and ask God to bless it. Other times there's things that like God is doing and you just kind of like you just partner with him on it and then it's like this synergy and it grows really fast. And to me that's what 1035 feels like is like you guys
Yeah.
have partnered with something in the Lord that is close to his heart and there's been like a lot of growth with that because it's meeting a need but it's also a great place to shop. Like even
Yeah.
more than just meeting like some of those emotional needs. It's a great place to shop. And so quality has also been a very important part of 1035. So I'm just wondering what you could say about that.
Yeah. We've been very blessed. I will say, kind of like what you're talking about, I read a quote by Billy Graham that
Okay.
says, provision follows purpose, right? So when you have purpose in, not only are we giving good quality stuff to the women that are shopping here, that are in transitional seasons from jobs or sizes or life or that kind of thing, and they're getting it at a good price. But of course, the recipients too that are, in need of everything, essentials from bras and underwear to, jackets and coats and that kind of thing. But the best part of what we're doing is I think the quality of the things that the shopper's getting and the recipients getting. They're the things that you want to buy and come get. She's getting the same thing, but in the beginning, I had asked the folks at Youth Villages, the group home, I don't want to reinvent the wheel, but what do your girls need?
Yeah.
And she said they had a closet, but they were getting like old T-shirts and things like that.
Yeah.
To have a space where you can choose from a wider range of stuff and get the things that you like that are also really good quality. I feel like is a lot of fun for them.
Yeah.
They're not forced to pick from 10 T-shirts. All the things.
Confidence, dignity, and worth, those three God keeps bringing you back to. Why do you think that is?
I think that realizing that the girls at this age need to be reminded of that. Middle school is so hard. There's so many churchy phrases that we hear, right? Like finding your identity and confidence in Christ. But just kind of breaking that down in a way that, do I feel dignity? Do I feel worthy? What helps me get there? And I think sometimes it is those tangible things like, the outfit that we have on, but also let's surround yourself with, positive influences. Let's, do the things that you're good at. Let's find your gifts. Let's, just tackle all those too.
Yeah. I love that. And I think for probably any woman or girl, most of our bad decisions come from lack of one of those. If we don't believe in our confidence, dignity, or worth. So I think that it's like you feel Jesus's heart for women here. It's really cool.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
How do you feel like in your acting career, how do you think that you get that you're reminded of that? I feel like it would be
Mm.
hard, right,
Oh yeah.
to compare or try not to at least.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's, I guess, advice there?
That's a good question. Well, I think a lot of it for me is very subliminal of like I won't even catch when I'm like getting depressed.
Yeah.
And I don't catch, oh, I'm depressed because I've been thinking about how that other actor booked that over me and maybe she's younger or she's prettier or whatever it might be that I allowed my train of my thoughts to just like spiral, you know?
Yeah.
And I think we all do that whether we're acting or not. Um, and so I think just like being around people who, I think what you're saying, like community, like being around other women who like uphold that that is not your worth. And I think that has the biggest influence on me as far as like getting away from that mindset. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I like that about 1035
Well,
because
good.
the women here carry that. And
Yeah.
so, yeah,
Yeah. I think too we realized that we had a mobile unit in the beginning. So
yeah,
we could take that, fill it up with everything that we had in a storage unit and be able to take that to our partner
yeah,
programs. But it was concerning having never owned a store. With
yeah.
how do you keep up? How do you do all the
Hmm.
things? But I think the community that every woman is experiencing when she comes in, we have people that come in sometimes a couple of times a week just to shop and
Yeah,
kind of visit with staff and each
yeah.
other. And the community that they get, the volunteers get, we as staff get.
Hmm.
I think, and of course, the recipients hopefully are feeling the same thing. But
Yeah.
it is it's a good place to just hang out and
Yeah, it
yeah.
is. And it's wild because I think again, subliminally, I don't think we understand how much we're affected by places. Like
Mm.
you go into Victoria's Secret or you go into just like go get a new bra or something and you're inundated with all these images and all these like sizes and all the things and you leave feeling a little bit worse about yourself and you don't know why. And like with my job, it's like I constantly have to like get out of that mindset of like feeling downgraded
Mm. Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
constantly like like objectively comparing myself to other women. And then when you get in an environment like this, it's like, oh my gosh, like this is how this is how the kingdom's supposed to feel and
Hmm.
be is like a place where it's just like you feel so loved and valued. I'm gonna cry. You're gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
Sorry, I started it.
It's always-
No.
but it's so true. It's like that's how like God created us is to just like be so comfortable and loved in our own skin. And I can't tell you the amount of times I've found clothing here that just like fits me perfectly. And
Hmm.
it's like some random thing that somebody else owned. And it's like it just makes you feel like, oh my gosh, like I don't have to be anything extra. I don't have to be anything less. And I think that's how God like sees us. Like he
Yeah.
sees us as so beautiful and all these other worldly beauty places just constantly like they don't have to say a word, but they can make you feel like I don't fit. Like
Yeah.
I don't measure up, you know?
Yeah. You
So
know what I think? And I think he's perfectly fine. And if not, loves that we love the pair of shoes that we want to
yeah.
get, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think of a story too. In the beginning, there was a girl that she came in and it was one of those God nods. It seemed like confirmation, but she needed, I think, red Vans that were her favorite. She really wanted, and we had
Yeah.
one pair in her size of like
Oh
the
my
shoes that
gosh.
she wanted,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
those kind
Yeah.
of things. But I know what
Yeah.
you mean. Like if
Yeah.
just reminding ourselves if it's okay, it's
Yeah.
okay to, like you said, find that outfit and feel good in it and
Yeah.
feel a little bit more confident.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
There was a recipient who came in um, a couple weeks ago and she found this maroon top and we were talking about how much we both love maroon and I was like you should try it on
Oh,
and she tried it on and she was just like glowing and she was like I feel great in this and I was like yes
so
like it
good.
just there's something so beautiful about that and I think 1035 captures that of helping women to just feel like they were made to be comfortable in themselves, be beautiful in themselves, and not have to be like picked apart or not measured up, or all the things that we're told from age 3 on.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And
So,
don't you feel like there's many delicate layers to that? Like you
yeah.
can, of course, like we need essential clothing. We need,
Yeah.
that kind first.
Yes. Yeah.
But then what do I feel good in? Do I like
Yes.
maroon? Do I not like maroon?
Yeah.
Right? But also like delicate in a way, but we don't want to take it too far so that we're obsessing over or,
Yeah.
not being good stewards, and we're like, but I need the $2,000 pair of shoes.
Yeah.
Those kind of
Yeah.
things, like those are
Yeah.
those are hard to manage. But
Yeah.
I don't think he's mad at it.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes wonderfully made things, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we're a representation of, of others that maybe don't know Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants us looking
Frumpy or schlepping around.
schluffing around.
I love that word.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you could share something of like, why are you passionate about people stepping into like what you did, like taking the risk of like, I have this idea and I think like the Lord is behind this. How do I make it happen?
Yeah. I think similar to being on the other side, like I mentioned, like as a teen, knowing that there were, everyday habits or things that you could change and grow. I feel the same about encouraging other women to step into their gifts, find out what you're good at, and also make that into something that may be a business or nonprofit that you can't get off your mind, to not be afraid of stepping into it.
Yeah.
Because, provision is on the other side. So let God handle the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who better for that to come from than the woman who started this all?
That's good.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Oh, you're the best.
You're the best.
This has been another episode of Your Worth, Your Beauty. If you want to get in touch with us, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook at 1035 Nashville, and YouTube at 1035.stories.